congrats on the win. How did you assess the match?
Yeah, it's a game we're really proud of as a footy club. We haven't won two in a row for a little while. On the road with a young squad. Started a little bit sketchy at the start of the game, but we needed some adjustments, and Maurice Rioli's rundown was the spark that we needed. So from that moment, I felt like our game was in really, it was the way we wanted to play. So yeah, like I said, it's tough to win on the road, especially with what we're going through and where we're at. So yeah, super excited for our boys, and yeah, really proud.
Those two moments from Rioli, the chase down tackle and then the smart down in the second quarter as well. Could you talk about the significance of those sorts of moments and what it does?
Yeah, we always do, and we want to celebrate that. And he wasn't the only one. At halftime, we spoke through about 5 or 6 different moments. Nank laid a crunching tackle. Tyler Sonsi stepped inside our forward 50 to lock the ball in, and Jonty Fall put his head over the ball with Harley Reid to the left of the bench in front of us, and it was just two super talented kids going at the footy. And so those little moments is part of our growth along the journey that we're in or that we're on. So yeah, we celebrated that at halftime. We knew it was going to be a grind, but the second half, yeah, we really got our game going, and yeah, like I said at the start, really proud of the boys.
Was that ball use and the speed you played with? Is that, I guess, an example of what you're building as a team?
Yeah, you're always looking for that, knowing when to play fast and when to slow the game down or when to take less risk, things like that. So that's constantly evolving. I felt like the last few weeks we'd probably played within ourselves a little bit and went a little bit too slow, whether that was the opposition or whether it was just the teams were defending us too well. But today I felt like the second half we got a balance of all of those three. So our contest went through the roof. I think we were plus 21 in contest in the second half alone. We scored. We maximise our turnover. We want to be really hard to play against around contest and defence. And on the back of that, you want to get reward for effort on turnover. So we kicked 76 points off turnover. Would have been our best result for the year. But it's the reward for effort, and that's what I'm so proud about.
You mentioned that the back-to-back wins for the first time, I think, in 2 years. How important was it to tick that off as a footy club?
Oh, well, not as a footy club. We've got a few players in there still on our squad and still playing out that have won a lot of games in a row. But for our younger players, while they're learning to belong on an AFL field, they've got to go through these things. Travel on the road is hard to win, let alone win 2 in a row. So we come here with a plan around just being really consistent. Forget about what we did last week. Start with the right mindset and play the right way. And like I said, in the end, I'm really proud of the effort and super excited with the win.
How important was Jack Ross' performance in the third quarter, particularly against Harley?
Yeah, well, going into the game, you're obviously having those discussions or thoughts around whether you should tag Harley, and he's such a talented kid, and even the last time we did play at the G, when he played well, they got a lot of momentum. So we backed our boys in, but he was just having too much influence at half time. Made the decision to try and shut him out, and I think he kept him to 7 possessions in the second half, which is an amazing effort by Rossi, and I think Rossi had 25. So it was a really nice blend. Like, our leaders just stood up again. The guidance they're giving our younger players is just exactly what I need as a young coach, and then the young boys are providing a lot of spirit and energy. So when you add those two things together, hopefully we can bounce back really quickly.
Your defensive end, I think you had something like 14 intercept marks, heading into that last quarter. How important is it to see them stay to it?
Yeah, it was, and they did have a lot of momentum, and it was really similar in the first quarter. I think it was 14 before MJ's chase down tackle. I reckon it was 15 inside 50s to 4. So the game was just it was on their terms. Like, they were dominating, but on the scoreboard, our defenders were holding up, and it was the same in the last quarter. They got a bit of a run on. But the strength of our defence, the intercept marking and just our contest work was just next level. So when things weren't working with our contest and offence, our defenders sort of stood up when we needed them to. So, yeah, once again, another reason why we win the game. And we've got a few leaders down there as well, with Vlosten and Miller and Broad. So, and Shorty was terrific tonight. So yeah, really proud of our back line for standing up.
And how is Seth Campbell? Obviously been friendly fire. He looked pretty disappointed coming up. Have you spoken to him?
Yeah, so he'll go into the protocols, and I think he was the reason why we were in the game as well. Like his energy and spirit and speed on offense, and his pressure around the ball. So when you see a young guy like that go out of the game, and especially when he gets told he's out, knowing that you're going to miss a game, so he'll just go into the protocols. He's had an amazing year. He'll have a freshen up. He'll miss obviously the game against Collingwood, but he'll have a month of footy to finish off the season in the right way, and we can't wait to get him back out there.
There are some people predicting you guys wouldn't even win the game this season. Now you're sitting here with 5 wins. What did you make of those sorts of outside predictions early on?
Yeah, well, in the end, we didn't really care what other people thought, and it's easy to say that now that we've won 5 games, but it's not about that. 5 games isn't enough. We've got a game against Collingwood next week, and we'll go there hoping that we can put on a performance that our Tiger Army are proud of, and that's what we want to do every week. And whether that equates to wins, whether it equates to great quarters, we know where we're at. But we expect to be competitive and try to win every week. And right now we've got 5 and we're looking for more.
The youth you've got, it seems like there's quite a few exciting players. As a coach, how much does that excite you?
Yeah, there's a list of them. And obviously the high draft picks, like Jonty Fall today took another step, started clunking them, and Luke Traynor shows a lot of energy and he's played every game for a young kid, so we subbed him out to obviously freshen him up a little bit. And Taj Hotton's come into the side, he takes another step today, plays a little bit more game time. But then you've got Tyler Sonsi that hasn't played 50 games yet, and Ryan Mansell and Seth Campbell, Sam Banks. So there's that core group that have almost getting to that 50 game barrier. So when we combine all those things together, our youth get better, the middle part of our list keep improving, and our leaders lead, we'll be competitive.
There's a lot of 50-metre penalties tonight. Do you feel like players maybe need a little bit more clarity on where they can stand, where they can be within that protected zone?
Yeah, I think it's a hard one to umpire. It's such a hard one to umpire. We got a few, they got a few. We're constantly trying to train it, making sure we not running through that protected area. I think that would have been the reason why in most of them. So yeah, the players are constantly learning, adjusting, and we've just got to get better at it.
Is it more like a youth thing? They're just so exuberant, so excited to play.
Yeah, no doubt. And you're trying to get back to support your defence, and whether you're 4 metres or 5 metres inside that protected area, it's a hard one. So we'll have a look at that and make sure we're training it the right way so we don't keep doing it.
What will you take from tonight that will give you that confidence around being competitive against Collingwood next week? What's the main couple of things out of tonight's game?
Oh, well, like I said at the start, our second half we played the right way. Like, we were really hard to play against. Our team defence looked really organised, hard to play against, tough to move the ball from one end to the other. Our contest work was next level. Like I said, plus 21 in a half of footy is a great effort, and we'll need to do that against the best team in the comp. And then maximising our opportunity when we get the chance with the ball. I thought our ball use was very good in the second half. Collingwood obviously provide a different threat, but we'll go there with some excitement and reset, train hard, and hopefully, like I said, test the best team in the comp and see how we go.
With Harley Reid, is the answer just clear now that you've got to tag him?
Well, I don't want to say that because, like I said, he's obviously a great player, and when you do tag, and in the second half he was trying different things and trying to manipulate our stoppage structure around that. So you've got to be careful doing it every week. But you can see when he plays well, they're in the game. So I feel sorry for the kid.